Welcome to East Suffolk's final AV Diary update for the Water for Tomorrow project. We would like to take this opportunity to highlight the work we have undertaken throughout the project. It is essential to understand the benefits of stakeholder engagement in the water sector. As demonstrated in this analogy, it allows us to understand the problem from the perspective of different stakeholders, which allows us to comprehend the problem as a whole. This would then enable us to tackle the problem via a collaborative and holistic approach, minimizing the risk of unintended consequences. In the first phase of the project, we were focused on raising awareness of the future water shortage problem, albeit virtually due to COVID lockdowns. You can see us in action and remind yourself of the messages on the Water for Tomorrow YouTube channel. As COVID restrictions eased, we found ourselves presenting and working directly with abstractors at numerous workshops. We have improved our communication and local relationships across the project area by joining the existing abstractor groups into a single group called SuperWag. This allows us to communicate efficiently and effectively with one group and avoids the potential for mixed messages and time lags. It is hoped that this group will develop into a working group owned by the agricultural community. To build upon our relationships with abstractors, we need to understand and appreciate the potential impacts of our regulatory action. To do this, we commissioned a short survey to help us understand the impact on the agricultural sector and what they might grow with 20% or 50% less water. There are no personal or geographic identifiers, meaning it has been cleared through our market research team and GDPR rules. We asked the water abstractor groups via the SuperWag to own this and promote the importance of it to their members, which would help in understanding future water needs and what crops may be grown. We have had 44 responses and results have already started some eye-opening conversations. Here are some key responses regarding current practices and planned actions from 38 abstractors. Following the success of the Felixstowe hydrocycle scheme, we were asked by the NFU to produce some maps where similar schemes could be explored. Our aim was to point stakeholders to locations where collaborative schemes could be investigated with key information on one page. We consulted internally and ruled out no-go sites and chose sites with potential. It is important to caveat that these maps do not guarantee that water is available and environmental constraints may apply. As part of the Water for Tomorrow project, we also looked at how different land management and cropping practices could affect water behavior and soils. In order to do this, we designed and constructed a rainfall simulator and procured several soil moisture probes that we were allowed to test in the Yoks catchment. The data from the soil moisture probes have provided us with a time series of soil moisture data at different depths at each site. Having a controlled rainfall via the simulator, we were able to see how infiltration and soil moisture content varied across different plots in the Yoks catchment. If you are interested in knowing more about the rainfall simulator, you can check out AV Diary 4 on the Water for Tomorrow YouTube channel or website. The Environment Agency has statutory duty to ensure that abstraction is sustainable and our rivers and streams are adequately protected. Thus, the EA will reduce abstraction where it is harming the ecology. Abstraction is currently unsustainable in many of East Suffolk's rivers and streams, and therefore we have created local one-page heat maps to highlight to abstractors the potential reductions in groundwater abstraction required to return flows to sustainable levels in their local area. It is hoped that this information will help support abstractors to plan ways to mitigate and adapt to future water scarcity. We are now using these heat maps to engage with abstractors across all sectors to raise awareness on the potential scale of water reductions they may face. Feedback thus far is that they are an excellent tool to highlight the future challenges to all. We are hopeful that the legacy of this work will continue beyond the end of the project in March 2023. We aim to continue the engagement with the SuperWag and to further strengthen our relationships with stakeholders. The results from the impact survey and opportunity maps would also pave the way to future conversations around water resilience and adaptation in East Suffolk. Furthermore, we hope that work will continue looking at soil management practices in light of the results produced by the rainfall simulator and soil moisture probes. Finally, we would like to thank everyone who has worked with us on the project over the past 2 years. But this is just the beginning in addressing the problem of water scarcity and in safeguarding our water for tomorrow.